In March 1947, death row at Sapporo prison. The guards check his cell every hour. They see him lying motionless under a thin blanket. What they do not see is that it is a pile of dirt distracting them while he is digging a tunnel. For 2 months, Yoshi Shiratori has been digging through solid wood with a ceramic soup bowl as they sleep, where the tunnel extends 6 feet beyond the prison wall. At Japan's most secure facility, 6 armed guards watch him around the clock. The cell has been redesigned specifically for him. Every opening was reinforced. Every weakness was eliminated, except one. But here is what makes no sense. This is not Yoshi's first escape. It is his fourth. Aomori Prison, June 1936. Yoshi Shiratori is 29 years old. He is serving a life sentence for allegedly murdering a farmer during a robbery, a crime he insists he did not commit. The police beat a confession out of him. The court believed them. Now he is here tortured nightly by guards who think he deserves worse than prison. The math is simple: die here slowly or risk execution trying to leave. Yoshi chooses the second option. For 3 months he studies the guards. Officer Yamamoto takes 47 seconds to walk the north corridor. Officer Sato skips the 3rd floor check when it rains. Every morning at 4:33, all 6 guards gather in the break room to argue about baseball. That is his window. 15 minutes, maybe 20. The lock on his cell door is standard issue, nothing special. He studies it by running his fingers over the keyhole hundreds of times. In the dark building, a mental map. The wire comes from the bathhouse, a copper support ring that holds the washing buckets together. He smuggles it back piece by piece, hidden in his mouth. At night, he practices on a lock he carves from soap. 200 attempts until his muscle memory is perfect. June 15th, 1936. 4:30 in the morning. The guards are in the break room. Yoshi can hear them through the walls. He slides the wire into the lock. His hands shake from the cold. 3 months of planning come down to this. Click, the bolt retracts. He arranges 4 wooden floorboards under his blanket, creating a human shape. In the pre-dawn darkness, it will fool them maybe. The skylight is 18 feet up. No ladder, no rope. He climbs anyway. His father was a fisherman. Punishment meant hanging from boat rigging for 10 minutes. 20 years later, that childhood torture saves his life. The wooden frame splits with one pull. He hauls himself through, scraping his ribs raw against splintered wood. Then he drops 20 feet into the vegetable garden and limps through a hole he cut in the fence 2 days ago. 72 hours of freedom. That is all Yoshi gets before hunger drives him to raid a hospital supply room. A police officer catches him stealing bandages and rice balls. Back in court, Judge Watanabe adds 20 years. Then he leans forward. You embarrass the empire. Akita Prison will teach you humility. What the judge does not know is that Akita's escape-proof design has one fatal flaw. Akita Prison, November 1941. Cell 5 stands 15 feet tall. The walls are polished copper that reflects your terrified face from every angle. No handholds, no rough edges. The architect designed it after studying Houdini's escapes. His theory was simple: eliminate friction and you eliminate hope. The guards force Yoshi to sleep with his arms crossed in handcuffs. If he rolls over his shoulders, dislocate. They want him to beg. He counts ceiling bolts instead. 47 total, arranged like the constellation Orion. Then he notices something. The skylight vent sits 13 feet up, protected by iron bars set in wooden frames. During summer, the wood expands. During winter, it contracts. Each cycle weakens it by approximately 1 millimeter. He calculates 180 cycles needed, 6 months, unless he can accelerate the process. Every night after slipping his skeletal hands from the cuffs, a trick that costs him most of the skin on his thumbs, he becomes something inhuman. Back pressed against one wall, feet against the opposite, he climbs. The copper should be impossible to scale, but Yoshi's spine creates just enough pressure. At the vent, he works. Using spit and palm sweat, he moistens the wooden frame during summer accelerating rot. Using his fingernails, he loosens each screw by a quarter turn per week. Invisible to inspection, cumulative over months. Below the guards play cards discussing the war. They never look up. Why would they? No one can climb polished copper. June 14th, 1942. A summer typhoon hammers Akita with 70-mile-per-hour winds. Rain floods the corridors. Thunder shakes the walls. At 2:15 in the morning, between lightning strikes, Yoshi makes his move. The wooden frame tears free. The sound is masked by thunder. He forces his body through an opening designed for ventilation pipes, not humans. His shoulders dislocate. He keeps going. His rib cage compresses until breathing becomes impossible. He keeps going. On the roof, rain hits like frozen needles. He is nearly naked. Clothes would have made him too thick for the vent. The searchlight sweeps past, missing him by 3 feet. He drops from the wall. His left ankle fractures on landing. For 16 miles, he runs on that broken bone. 3 months of freedom end when farmers find him unconscious in a cabbage field dying from infection. This time, the authorities do not just want him contained. They want him to freeze to death slowly. Abashiri Prison, built on Hokkaido's northern coast, where winter temperatures hit minus 30 degrees. But here is what the guards do not realize. Extreme cold makes metal brittle, especially the low-grade steel Japan uses during wartime shortages. What temperature does poor quality steel lose half its tensile strength? Yoshi is about to find out. Abashiri Prison exists where the Sea of Okhotsk meets mountain wilderness, a location chosen because even if you escape, nature kills you within hours. The walls are 18 feet high, made from Hokkaido granite, guard towers every 30 yards, dogs trained to track in blizzards. Yoshi's new cell has one additional feature. Every surface is coated in whale oil that never freezes, impossible to grip even with fingernails. Warden Yamashita personally inspects the cell, running his hand along every inch. This one will hold him. Winter arrives in October. Ice forms inside the cell. Yoshi's breath crystallizes and falls like snow. The guards give him no blanket until December, standard procedure for escape risks. His body starts eating itself to survive. But cold does something interesting to metal. It makes it contract. The food slot in Yoshi's door is a rectangle of steel 4 inches by 12 inches. In extreme cold, it shrinks by exactly 3 millimeters. 3 millimeters is nothing. Unless you have spent 6 months dislocating your joints every night, training your body to compress in ways that would make contortionists vomit. Yoshi learned to dislocate joints at age 15, when debt collectors broke his arms and he had to reset them himself. Now, he trains systematically. First the shoulders, pain that would knock most men unconscious. Next, the collarbones. He presses them down and in until they overlap behind his sternum. The rib cage is harder. Using the wall, he compresses his chest cavity until his lungs can barely hold air. Spine curved to an impossible angle. Hips rotated until ligaments scream. By November, he is ready. November 3rd, 1944. The temperature hits minus 31 degrees. The food slot has contracted to its maximum. Yoshi has fasted for 5 days to shrink his stomach. 2 in the morning. The corridor guard, Private Suzuki, is smoking in the bathroom. Yoshi introduces his head first through the slot, then shoulders, bones grinding against steel. The slot is so tight that exhaling is the only way to advance another inch. 20 minutes of this torture. Then something tears in his hip socket, a sound like ripping canvas. He is through. He drops to the corridor floor, a grotesque collection of dislocated bones and torn muscle. Resetting his shoulders takes 4 attempts. Walking is impossible. He crawls. He reaches the fence as dawn approaches. The miso soup he had been saving for weeks now. Frozen solid becomes his tool. He heats it with friction, rubbing it between his palms until it liquefies. Poured on the fence bolts in minus 30-degree weather, it expands the metal just enough. The bolt cracks. Yoshi crawls into the Hokkaido wilderness, wearing prison rags, leaving a blood trail in fresh snow. Police find Yoshi 6 months later, hiding in an abandoned mine shaft, living on rats and melted snow. He does not resist. His hip never healed. He will limp forever. Tokyo District Court sentences him to death. The year is 1947. The war is over. Japan is occupied. Sapporo Prison's death row is where condemned men wait to hang. But Yoshi does not wait. The cell is designed using everything they learned from his previous 3 escapes. Reinforced ceiling, bars smaller than his head, smooth walls, 6 guards watching 24 hours. But there is one thing they did not account for: the floor. The floor is wooden planks over dirt thanks to budget constraints during post-war reconstruction. The guards check cells every hour until midnight, then every 2 hours until dawn. They never check floors. Yoshi has a soup bowl, ceramic, not sharp enough to cut, but rough enough to scrape. For 2 months he works, the bowl against the floorboards creating a groove. The groove becomes a gap. The gap becomes a hole. Digging is mathematics. The human body produces approximately 2 cups of urine daily. Urine softens dirt. Softened dirt compresses better. Compressed dirt takes less space to hide. He digs at night and hides dirt in his mattress by day. The mattress grows imperceptibly thicker. Guards search for contraband but find nothing. Below their feet, a tunnel extends 1 foot per week. The walls need support or they will collapse. Yoshi uses his own waste, mixed with straw from his mattress, to create primitive concrete. The smell is horrific. Guards assume it is the death row latrine backing up again. After 3 months, the tunnel extends beyond the prison wall. But there is a problem: groundwater. Digging deeper is impossible. So he digs up at a 40-degree angle, an engineering calculation based on soil density and water table depth. March 31st, 1947. 3 in the morning, he breaks through to the surface in the prison vegetable garden. He emerges caked in mud and waste, looking like something from a nightmare. The guard tower searchlight is broken. It has been for 3 weeks awaiting parts from Tokyo. Yoshi walks out the main gate. It is not locked. Who expects someone to escape from inside the compound? Freedom lasts exactly 1 year. During this time, Yoshi commits no crimes. He works as a day laborer under false names, sends anonymous money to his daughter, lives quietly. May 5th, 1948, Maruyama, Park Sapporo. Yoshi sits on a bench watching salarymen hurry to work. He looks homeless, broken. Police officer Kobayashi offers him a cigarette, an American brand, Lucky Strikes. The kindness breaks something in Yoshi. He takes the cigarette, lights it, inhales once. "I am Yoshi Shiratori. I escaped from Sapporo prison last year." Officer Kobayashi nearly drops his nightstick. Every cop in Japan has heard of Yoshi Shiratori, the man who humiliated 4 prisons. Instead of resistance, Yoshi extends his wrists. "I am tired, officer, and you were kind." The arrest report filed at 9:47 in the morning notes that the suspect surrendered voluntarily. He requested no special treatment except 1 cigarette for the road. June 18th, 1948, the High Court of Sapporo. The courtroom overflows with journalists, citizens, and prison officials who want to see Yoshi hang. Japan's justice system is now under American oversight. New standards, human rights. Medical records show systematic torture. Photographs show wounds. Former guards testify to betting pools on prisoner survival. The original murder is re-examined. The farmer attacked first with a sickle. The killing is ruled self-defense during a robbery committed to feed his family during the 1933 famine. The death sentence is overturned. The charge is reduced to manslaughter. 4 escapes are acknowledged as responses to inhumane treatment. A new sentence is issued, 20 years with parole eligibility in 14. Yoshi speaks once. "I request to serve my time in Tokyo's Fuchu prison, where they treat men like men." Fuchu Prison, 1948 to 1961. 13 years without a single disciplinary infraction. Yoshi teaches literacy to younger inmates, tends the prison garden, repairs watches for guards. Warden Tanaka writes that brutal treatment creates desperate men, while dignity creates citizens. August 10th, 1961. Yoshi walks out of prison legally free for the first time since 1933. Reporters surround him. "Only 4 prisons could not hold me, but kindness did." Yoshi Shiratori died in 1979 at age 72. He never committed another crime.